Hello, there's Joe Cutter Diamond. Welcome to round of 16 coverage of the Stone Cold Hockey 23-24 set that just came out yesterday. So, well, this is being taped on September 8th, 2024. So I got the card for set for $10. So, the 23-24 squads, Connor Bedard is in this thing and all that. So we're down to 16 teams. We have Edmonton versus Minnesota, Boston, New Jersey, Rangers, Vancouver, Carolina, LA, Buffalo, Dallas, Pittsburgh, Montreal, Vegas, Philly, and St. Louis, Winnipeg. Take a look at the summary. The goal scorers Valery Nikushin of Colorado and Vegas' Jonathan Marshall have 6. I think Nikushin's out, right? Edmonton beat Colorado. 6 goals. The points leader is, no surprise, Connor McDavid with 13, Leon Draisaitl with 12, Lou Junkins with 12. It's biased because, they played 7 games and a lot of players have played 4. Mike Matheson and Robert Thomas, look at their point totals without a goal. That's hard to do. The goalies, all that. Some have played a lot of games, so highlights. 3 hat tricks. Marshall, Pareko, and Hartman. Memorable games. Edmonton, Colorado, 32 for number 1, making it 3 games to 2. Prosatsov against Campbell. Well, Edmonton was up 4-1. Leafs blew a 4-1 lead themselves. Second and third is Vegas versus the Cupcakes. So the first match, Edmonton, Minnesota, sees Edmonton crush at 7-1. Picard takes down Fleury. Results only go by Marco Rossi his 4th, Connor his 6th, and Hyman, Earn, Fogle, McDavid again, Bouchard, and Ekholm. So Bouchard, McDavid doing his magic. New Jersey shocks Boston 4-0 game 1. Vanecek takes down Swayman. Meyer, Lassar, Jack Hughes, and Holla. Real boys. Scoring for the Devil Dogs 4-0. Rangers win game 1 against Vancouver 3-2 as Shesterkin beat DeSmith. Vancouver goes by Pedersen and Lafferty, and Rangers go by Mika, Little Scoops. So better judge Jimmy Feedy Fessy, and then Chris Easy Kreider was the hero for the Rangers. LA shuts out Carolina in game 1 3-0. Cam Talbot, man, against Freddie Anderson. Kempe scores the natural hat trick and all 3 Kings goals. Dude's on fire. Buffalo Dallas sees Buffalo shut out Dallas 6-0. Devin Levi was shut out for Auditor. I thought Dallas was going to crush Buffalo in this game. Buffalo goes by Paterka, Bowen Byron, remember him? Tage Thompson, Olofsson, and Connor Clifton. I think that's Connor Clifton. 1 goal. Yeah, Connor Clifton. All right, and Pittsburgh Montreal game 1 sees Montreal Gagne 4-2. Montembeau beats Jarry. Montreal goes by Caulfield's Thrubo and then to excuse me, by Nick Suzuki. Pickles by Rustin Malkin. Malkin realizing what his goal scoring has to be. Vegas beat Philly in game 1 1-0. Thompson beats Hart. Vegas goals by Haig, the Kitchener, Ontario native Nick Roy, Mark Stone, and Marchessault. Philly goes by Couturier and Konecki. And Winnipeg beats St. Louis 5-2 as Brazeau beats Binghamton. St. Louis goes by Neighbors and Pavel Buchnevich. Sean Monahan, who my friend Bill went to his wedding. Shifley, Lowry, Donato, and Gabe Filardi. Kitchener. I think a lot of you will be saying Gabriel Filardi didn't play for the Kitchener Rangers. Well, let's see. Gabriel Filardi, yep. Country National Draft 2017. He was drafted 11 overall. Oh my god, I completely botched it. Filardi wasn't a Kitchener Ranger. I thought he was. Man, I suck. Well, anyway, game 2 of Boston, New Jersey. Boston splits the first 2 games. Olmark beats Dawes. Devils goal by Palat. Finally took to the second period for Boston to score a goal. Charlie McAvoy. They almost had 5 straight periods without scoring a goal. Dalton Heinen and Marchand do the same. Vancouver wins in overtime to have split the first 2 with the Rangers. Demko beats Sherski. First period, Rangers got 2 goals by Panarin Bread and Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Vancouver goes by Hronek and Quinn Hughes. Overtime heroics by Elias Pettersson. Carolina beats LA 4-1. Carolina Didn't have to wait that long for their first goal of the game. Kochetkov beat Talbot. Caroline goes perturbed for 9 with 2. Nornson and Drury. Who's this guy? Yaroslav Drury? But more for Tele. Who's this Carolina? Who's this Drury guy? Jack Drury. Okay. Buffalo Dallas. Buffalo won 2-1. Dallas finally scored at 5-minute mark. Mason Marchand, but Owen Power and Petreka scoring for Buffalo, so Buffalo's up 2-zip. The first series still have a 2-0 leader. Montreal won 1-0. They're up 2-0. Montreal beats Neckler. Only goal was by Evans from Caulfield. Man, what is with Montreal? Philly beats Vegas to split that first 2 games. Connor Hart, he of the Canada sex scandal, him who should not be said, I should say, beat Aiden Hill. Philly goals by Atkinson, Lawden, Tippett, and Brink. Vegas goals by Barbashev and Mark Stone. And Winnipeg shuts out St. Louis. They're up 2-0. Broussard beats Billington. Goals by Kyle Kana, Iafallo, and John Monahan. And Edmonton's now up 2-0 in their series over Minnesota 4-2. Picard beats Gustafson. Minnesota goes by Brodin and Kaprizov. Ryan McLeod, Evander Kane, Leon Draisaitl, excuse me, and Ryan McLeod scoring for Edmonton. Rangers Vancouver actually start game 3. Coverage Vancouver wins 4-3 on home ice. Casey DeSmith beats Johnny Quick. Rangers were up 3-1. Cool. Trocheck and Easy Kreider with the goals for the Rangers, but Vancouver goes by Hoglander, Laverty, Quinn Hughes, and Hronek. Terrible third period for the Rangers. LA wins 1-0 over Carolina. Talbot beats Anderson. We have Drew Doughty still playing for the Kings. Dallas wins 5-2, so Buffalo can't take a 3-0 seriously. Wedgwood beats Levi. Buffalo goals by Rasmus Dahlin scoring twice. Then Dallas took over in the third period. Marchand, Duchesne, Johnston, Duchesne, and Pavelski doing their job. Buffalo almost did it. Montreal crushes Pittsburgh 9-2. Jake Allen beats Nedeljkovic. Pittsburgh goals by Ludwig and O'Connor. Montreal goals by Struble, Armia, Newhook, Matheson, Tanner Pearson from New Hampshire, Cole Caulfield, and a Newhook. Newhook with a hat trick, scoring more goals himself than Pittsburgh did. Philly wins in overtime for Vegas 3-2. Sandstrom retail. Philly goes by Cates, Tippett in overtime by Puling. Vegas goes by Dorviev and Felix Pietrangelo. St. Louis beats Winnipeg to take one from them. Hoffer beats Hollebeck. Winnipeg goes by Iafallo, but goes by Neighbors, Kyrou. And Edmonton beat Minnesota. Now they're very close to going for the sweep over Minnesota. Skinner beats Wallstad. Edmonton goes by Bouchard, Nuge, Draisaitl, Henrique, Draisaitl. So Draisaitl had 4 goals to make it to 9. As many goals as Minnesota did. Rossi, Kaprizov, and Brodin. So Edmonton struggled with Colorado. Now they're one step away from the quarterfinals. Well, Montreal I think it's a double sweep, right? For Montreal? Because I remember Montreal winning quickly. Yeah, Montreal's one game close to a double sweep. Boston 7-6 over the Devils in overtime. Swayman beats Vanacek. Boston score goes Heinen, DeBrusk, Saka, Lako, Pasternak, and Saka. Well, Pasternak and Saka's goals were with the extra men, 6-on-5, and then Pasternak scored in overtime. Devils goals by Holtz, Meyer, Hamilton, Bratt, Meyer, Holtz, and all that. So Edmonton, do they sweep Minnesota? The answer is no. Minnesota wins 3-1. Fleury beats Skinner. Edmonton was up 1-0. Draisaitl, but Boldy, Eriksson, and Boldy with the goals for the Wild. They're staying alive. And the only other sweep, Montreal, dead sweep. Pittsburgh 4-2. Montembeau beat Nedeljkovic. Pittsburgh goes by Riley Smith and Nieto. So Crosby was taken out of the goal scoring game. Newhook, Gallagher, John Roy, and Caulfield being the heroes for Montreal. Montreal's double swept. They have low-key double swept. Boston beats New Jersey, so Boston looks good. They're up 3-1. Omark beats Schmidt. Devils goals by Bratt and Hora. Hold up. Boston goes by Pasternak, Coyle, Pasternak, Bolquist, DeBrusk, Frederick, and Pasternak for the hat trick. Rangers beat Vancouver, so that's 2-2 now. Quick beats Stamco. Rangers scored first Kreider from Lafreniere, then Satteroff in the third period from Garland and Miller. Overtime heroics by Jimmy Vidi Bessie, his second from Kreider and Zibanejad. Carolina beat the LA Kings 4-3, so they've split 2-2. Kochetkov beats Talbot. That game went to overtime. LA was up 3-0. Kirka, Fiala, and Moore looked like the Kings were going to crush it, but Carolina scored Aho, and then Martinek. In regulation, terrifying at 19-19 of overtime. Buffalo beats Dallas. They're now one win away. 5-2. Levi beats Ottinger. Dallas goes by Robertson and Johnston. But Buffalo goes by Greenway, Cousins, Dulling, and Kitcheners. Jeff Skinner. Vegas beats Philly in overtime 3-2, so they will go to a game 6 at the very least. Thompson beats Harrison. Philly goes by Frost and Lawton. Vegas goes by Amadio, Brett Howden, and then Howden in overtime on the power play. Winnipeg beats St. Louis 5-3. They are one win away. Halifax beats Huffer. As St. Louis goes by Thomas, Kyrou, and Prico. Winnipeg goes by Appleton, Monahan, Connor, Shifley, and Barron. So yeah, Edmonton, did they win in 5? Yes, they do. There we go. Edmonton finally does it at home. Fleury beats Campbell. Edmonton was down 3-1. Well, Kane scored, but then Erickson, Rossi, and Bogosian for Minnesota. Edmonton made it 3-2. Connor McDavid and Merrill made it 4-2, but then failed to capitalize. Hyman, Kane, and Ekholm for Edmonton. They win in 5. Boston wins in 5. They crushed the Devils 6-2. Ullmark beats Jake Allen. That's right, Jake Allen. Devils goals by Hughes and Holt. Boston goal by JVR, Saka, Pasternak, Heinen, JVR, and Frederick. Buffalo loses to Dallas, so they got a game 6. Ottinger shuts out Luukkonen. Ben and Wyatt Johnson were your heroes. Winnipeg beats St. Louis. They're in the quarterfinals. Bosson beats Bennington. Connor and Shifley for Winnipeg. Kevin Hayes for St. Louis. Hey, Kevin Hayes. Hey, Kevin Hayes. Rangers win in overtime in Game 5 on home turf. 3-2. Hurricane beats DeSmith. Vancouver goes by Hoglander and Lafferty, but Rangers goes Kreider, and then overtime by Blake Wheeler. From Kreider and K'Andre Miller. Carolina beat the Kings 5-3 in Game 5, so Carolina has the advantage. Kutchoff beats Rittich. LA goes by Dubois, Fiala, and Kaliev. Carolina goes by Jordan Stahl, Seth Jarvis, Jordan Stahl, Svechnikov, and Brady Shea. And Philly beat Vegas 5-2. Urson beats Hill. Vegas goes by Brisson and Brett Howden. Philly goes by Forster, Farabee, Atkinson, Tippett, and Tippett. So he's got 6 goals. Rangers, do they win in 6? Nope, we go to Game 7 in New York. Demko beats Quick. Vancouver goes by Lindholm and Lafferty. That's Lindholm. He shouldn't be on the list. He went to Calgary, did he not? And Trocheck is 5th. So, okay, well, anyway, Trocheck. So we go to Game 7 in New York. Carolina beats LA. They're in the quarterfinals. Kochetkov beats Talbot. Kalea for LA, but Jarvis, Martinuk, Ahoka, and Brett Burns. Remember him? He was back in pod form. Buffalo beats Dallas 4-2, so they're in the quarterfinals. Of all teams, it's Buffalo. Comrie beats Wedgwood. Buffalo goes by Power, Cousins, Gregorius, and Jeff Skinner. Kitchener. Dallas goes by Tyler Seguin and Dadonov. Wow, that was a shocker. And Philly beats Vegas in overtime. They're in the quarterfinals. Urson beats Hill. Vegas was up 4-1. Man, and they blew it. Marshall was over with 2. Stone with 2. It looked good. Philly had to tip it. But then Philly scored 3 straight. Frost, London, and Cam Atkinson. Carrier for Vegas, and then in overtime. With what it left, Puling scored, and then Morgan Frost in overtime at 4:52. So Vegas is out. Game 7. Who joins Edmonton, Boston, Carolina, Winnipeg, Philly, Montreal, and Buffalo in the Sweet 16? How much time we got? 15 minutes. Okay, we'll do the quarterfinals as well. Is it the Rangers, like I hope? The answer is yes. The Rangers win 3-2. Quick beat Stamkos. Rangers goals by Panarin, Bread, Lafreniere, and Kakko Puffs. Vancouver goes by Buzzer and Laverty. Not enough. It's the Rangers. Now we're in the quarterfinals. Quarterfinals have Edmonton, Montreal. Of course, you would put an all-Canadian matchup to see who gets to the semis. Winnipeg, Philly. The other Canadian team, Winnipeg, they got to play Philly. Rangers in Boston, yikes. And Buffalo, Carolina. So we'll do the quarterfinals, I guess. Yeah. Edmonton, Montreal, game 1. These Edmonton crush it 9-4. Skinner beats Primo. Montreal goes by Caulfield, Josh Anderson, Abershek. How do I pronounce that name? I can't remember. But anyway, regardless, Kitchener and Brendan Gallagher. Edmonton goes by Ekholm, Daryl Ryan, Holloway, Kane, Fogle, Draisaitl, Nurse, Connor, and Connor. So we almost had 9 different Oilers goal scorers. We had 8 different ones. Connor with 2 goals, he's got 10. Winnipeg beats Philly in game 1 5-3. Brazil beats R16. Winnipeg goes by Morgan Barron, Ehlers, final scoring Perfetti, Lowry, and Kyle Connor. Philly goes by Farabee, Tippett, and Brink. Brink in the rink. Boston crushes the Rangers 5-1. Olmark beats Shesty. Kreider scored his 8th goal of the playoffs, but Boston goes by Geeky, Pasternak, Grzelcyk, Saka, and Beecher. And Buffalo beats Carolina 4-2 in game 1. Luukkonen beats Kochastov. Carolina goes by Kuznetsov and Turtle Terfinainen. Buffalo goes by Olofsson, Robinson, Quinn, and Power. Game 2 sees Winnipeg win. They have a 2-0 stranglehold. Hellebuck beats Harrison. Philly go by York, by Appleton with 2, and Janssen Fialbi are your heroes for Winnipeg. Boston beats Rangers again, 5-2 as Allmark beats Shurkin. Ranger goes by Panarin, Bread, and ding, 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 what does that Vox say? Boston goes by Pasternak, Shattenkirk. Remember him, Ranger fans? Heinen, Coyle, and Beecher. Carolina beats Buffalo. They are now 1-1. Kochekov beats Levi. Jarvis, Temperlinen, Martinduk, and Jack Drury are your heroes. And Edmonton wins it overtime. They're up 2-0. Skinner beats Montemwalt. Montreal goes by Suzuki, Armia, and Newhook. Edmonton goes by Draisaitl, Hyman, and then Nugent Hopkins in overtime. So 3 series are at 2-0. Buffalo, Carolina's at 1-0. Rangers, Boston. Boston wins again, 5-1 easily. Swayman beats Quick. Kakko scored for the Rangers, but Beecher, McAvoy, Pasternak. Wow, Pasternak with the hat trick. He's got 14 now for those guys. Carolina beats Buffalo in game 3, 6-3. Freddie Anderson beats Levi. Buffalo goes by Benson, Tuck, and Cousins. Carolina goes by Cook and Yami. Tony D'Angelo, remember him, Ranger fans? Trevor Lyon, Jarvis, Sashnatikov, and Ahoka. Montreal beats Edmonton 4-2 on home ice to avoid being down 3-0. Montembeault beats Skinner. Edmonton was up 2-0 and goes by Connor, McDavid, and Corey Perry. Montreal goes by Evans, Matheson, Harvey Pinard, and Gallagher. Oh, Montreal. Winnipeg beats Philly 3-2, so now they're 1-1 away from going to the semifinals. Brazil beats Erson. Winnipeg goes by Janssen, Fialbi, Scheifele, and Connor. Philly goes by Sanheim and Cole York. So 2 series could end in sweep. Boston, do they sweep? No, the Rangers win 2-1. Quick beats Olmark. Kreider and Mika scoring for the Rangers. Saka for Boston. But yeah, it's not over yet. Winnipeg, do they sweep? Yes, they do. 5-3. Hellebuck beats Sandstrom. Billy goals by Tippett, Fairby, and Lawton made it 3-2 after Scheifele and Ayler scored. But Winnipeg scored 3 quick goals. Connor, Filardi, and Nino Niederreiter. I don't know how I thought Filardi was a Kitchener Ranger. Maybe he was. Maybe I have the wrong guy. Edmonton wins in Montreal easily. Skinner Bridge Primo. Montreal goal by Christian Dvorak. Edmonton goals by Connor, Draisaitl, Connor, Fogle, Hyman, and Fogle. 2 goals by Fogle. Yeah, Connor's now got 13. Buffalo beats Carolina 4-0. That series is going to at least game 6. Levi beats Kochetov. Tage Thompson with the hat trick. The natural hat trick at that. And Peterka. Edmonton, do they win in 5? Yes, they do. They win, but it took overtime. Picard beats Monteball. Montreal up 2-0. Goyle and Dvorak. Edmonton goes by Connor, Kane, Hyman, and McLeod in regulation. Other Montreal goals by Matheson, Goyle, and Nick Suzuki. Hyman his 9th in overtime from Brown and Ekholm. So Edmonton did it. Boston doesn't do it. The Rangers win on home ice in overtime. Chesty beats Swayman. New York goals by Braden Schneider, Lafreniere, and Panarin Bread. Boston goals by Brasso, the pride of New Lisker, Marchand, and then Brasso again. Rangers in overtime, Panarin from Zach Jones and Lafreniere. So Panarin Bread does his job. And forces the lose game 6. Carolina beats Buffalo in Buffalo 4-2. So Ronta beats Levi. Buffalo goes by Rasmus Dahlin and Owen Power. Carolina goes by Shevchikov, Gensel finally scoring goal. Nekas and Getzel again. So it looks like we'll have 2 Western Conference teams and 2 Eastern Conference teams. Boston, third time's a charm. They win 6-3. Swayman beats Shesty. Man, the Rangers got lucky as ducks. Easy Kreider, Trocheck, and K'Andre Miller finally scores a goal. Boston goes by Saka, McAvoy, Marchand, Pasternak, Lindholm, and Marchand again. Forgot about that guy. Carolina doesn't win. Buffalo forces game 7 on home ice. Luukkonen beats Ranta. Cousins from Tuck, and then Aho from Teravainen and Stahl. But in overtime, it was Sterling Cousins, his 8th from Gregersons and Okposo. So can Buffalo pull off the miracle and get to the semifinals? Or will Carolina prove how good they really are? Who is it? 3. It is Buffalo. Unfreaking real. Buffalo's in the semifinals. Luukkonen meets Kochetov. Nekas and Stahl for Carolina. Buffalo goes by Petrarca, Benson, Okposo, Olofsson, and Dylan Cousins. So the semifinals, will it go by conference? I don't think so. Nope. Edmonton will take on Boston, Winnipeg, Buffalo. So practically it's the big boy battle, Edmonton, Boston, which should be the final, but it isn't. And Winnipeg, Buffalo in the other one. Alrighty then. Let's take a look at the summary. Pasternak and Connor McDavid are both with 15 goals. Draisaitl has 14, Kreider 10, but Kreider's out. Points wise, McDavid 42, Draisaitl 31, Pasternak 28, Bouchard 22. Can't believe the top 4 point scorers are in the same tournament. McDavid and Draisaitl are. McDavid is driving the pucks to the net. What goes against Patrick Demko, number 1. Lions Olmark 7-1. He's second, and Luukkonen 6-1 for Buffalo. So those guys are there. Shutouts wise, pair of shutouts for Devin Levi and Cam Talbot. Yeah, Levi's lost 7 games. If it wasn't for Luukkonen, Buffalo would be out of it. So let's just take a look at the Final 4. Boston, Allmark 7-1, Swayman 5-2, Pasternak 28 points, Coyle 15, Brad Marchand 15. And let's not forget Parker Witherspoon and Derek Forbert scoring points. How, I don't know. Buffalo, you got Devin Levi 5-7. Luukkonen 6-1. He should be playing all those games. He's saving Buffalo's butt. Devin Levi isn't. And Conroy with a win. Cousins 21 points, Darlene 16, Tuck 14. Tyser Jost and Ryan Johnson with points each. Just 1 point. Winter Peg, Hellebuck 5-4. But look at Brusel. Look at Brusel, 7-0. Guy should be the number 1 goalie, Brusel. Colin Connor 15 points, Shifley and Flaherty with 11 each. David Gustafson and Colin Miller with 1 point. And the 4th team, why did I only say 3? Oh, there's Everton. Stuart Skinner 7-3, Pickard 4-1, Jack Campbell 1-1, Connor 42, Joyce 31, Bouchard 22. Sam Carrick and Adam earn each have a point, just a point. So that'll be fun and fun will be had. Anyway, I'm just not gonna do.